Recently, I found myself with an extended layover in England, so I hopped on a train from Heathrow Airport and started to head on an unplanned adventure. I've made it to downtown London. I'm at the St. Pancras station, and now I have like 2 hours to wait for my next train to go to rural England. It's always an adventure trying to navigate your way around new cities. It's not my very first time to London, but it's been many years, so I really had no idea where I was going. But yeah, I grabbed myself a little wrap because I'd been traveling since 3 in the morning. I was starving, so it hit the spot, and then I enjoyed gazing out the window at the English countryside since it was the first time I've set my eyes on it. I am in a medieval town in rural England in a little place called Sandwich. The history here is unreal. Like I said, it dates back to medieval times, so you know, like the 1200s, maybe even before. I've never visited a real medieval town before. It's so interesting, and I almost feel like I'm transported to a totally different era. I'm staying in a real English country home, and yeah, it is such a unique experience. I am very excited to be here. You can see up there, this house dates back to 1721. And another cool thing is that like all the houses, they have names. So this is Gatehouse. But yeah, every house has its own name, which is very cool. It's actually quite funny how I ended up here in Sandwich. It's because all the flights to Canada are like cancelled right now due to really bad weather in Canada. So luckily I have a very old friend here that I met about 14 years ago in Tanzania, and I got to come to Sandwich and stay with him and his partner and explore this beautiful town. So today I'm with Anne, and she is taking me around Sandwich.
Hi,
Anne.
hi, Petrena. It's lovely to meet you.
Yes, you too.
I'll tell you a few things. These flint stone walls are traditional in this area.
Oh, wow.
And they can see that not many people know how to make them because someone drove into that. And look how the difference of where it's been rebuilt.
Oh wow, someone drove into it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see where it's been rebuilt.
Also, we have some very interesting street names here. I love this one particularly, Night Rider Street.
Night Rider? I love it.
Okay, let's go on.
Alright, let's go.
This is Hogg's Corner.
Oh, okay, yep.
And this is traditionally where, when the curfew bell went, any pigs or livestock that were left out were kept here.
Wow.
And you had to come and collect them and pay a fine.
Really?
Them out. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm not sure if it was the other way around and they were let out and we had to get them in the morning, but they clean up the streets then and eat the rubbish that was put out. I'm not sure which way around it is, but anyway, this is where they were penned.
This is Hogg's Corner.
Hogg's Corner. Nothing to do with people driving badly.
In the medieval times, the historic quay in Sandwich is where the English kings would set off to go to France. It is also where general trading would happen of all your finest products. And this building back there is a replica of a medieval hall where they still hold medieval events to this day, and they even have medieval themed food. There's no electricity in there. There's even a replica medieval ship.
Here, this is another very old building. It's called the Fisher Gate, and it was one of the main gates into the town.
Oh wow!
Well, this is an American warship, so it starred in a movie.
Oh my gosh, and Harry Styles. That's so funny, wasn't it? Check that out, guys. This boat was in a movie, and Harry Styles did his rehearsal on it. Too funny.
See the sign to the Namaste restaurant up there?
Oh yeah.
That used to be the Spanish tapas bar, outside of which I met Michael.
No way, that's amazing! This is the original toll bridge. It is a swing bridge, so it swings open and around so boats can get through. They were taking tolls here up until about 1966, but it's very nice with a restaurant there, and yeah, isn't that so cool? The Crispin Inn, established in 1491 with quality food. Can't go wrong with that. I love that walking through these streets just transports you to a different time, a different era. You know, it feels so amazing. The chapel was built in 2050, or 1250 I mean. 1250. Crazy! So these are dating back to the 1200s.
Yeah.
That's insane! And people still live in them? Guys, imagine living in a medieval home that dates back to the 1200s. That is so cool. That's like, I would love to go on a tour of one of those houses.
There's another street up there called Paradise Road with the same
Really?
name. Oh, yeah.
So Love Lane. There used to be a brothel there in the medieval times. These sidewalks are incredibly narrow. Rush hour in downtown medieval Sandwich. The no-name shop. No-name street, no-name shop on no-name street. And it's actually a French delicacy and bistro. I love it.
Traditional hardware shop and they sell everything.
Oh, fish and chips. What would be an English town without a fish and chips shop?
It used to be the bus waiting room.
Used to be which waiting room?
Bus waiting room.
Oh, the bus.
Bus for the bus.
Oh, wow.
East Kent Road car park.
We've come to a local little coffee shop called The Waiting Room. It's one of the staple ones in town, and it's super cute. The ambiance in here is amazing. I got a cappuccino and got a very typical English scone type thing. It was quite delicious with butter. I've been onto the cappuccinos recently, so yeah, this one was delicious. Hit the spot. Just check out this toilet though. And that sink. Wow. So cool. Next we were off to the Guild Hall, which dates back to 1579. It's quite nice now that the rain stopped, because it was really hard to walk around with my umbrella and film. But now that the rain stopped, yeah, this is fantastic. You can hear the bells going off in the background. It's really incredible to be in here and think about how many people have walked these floors over the time that it's been here. I am in a medieval courtroom dating back to the 1500s, and it is so cool coming in here, and it's just quite amazing to look around and feel transported back to history. This courtroom is still used for civic functions, and it's a very popular wedding venue. I honestly think it would make for a very unique wedding experience for sure. So this would be where you would be walking up if you were jury. The wood is definitely a little creaky getting up here, but it's pretty amazing to envision yourself as a jury member way back in the day, and I love that stained glass mural depicting Queen Elizabeth's visit back in the 1500s. Every corner you turn is filled with more and more incredible history.
This is the old jail, Old Town Jail.
Oh wow.
And Sandwich also has lots of little alleyways, and we're going to go down this one.
Alright, oh wow, Holy Ghost alleyway.
Yeah.
Narrow alleyways like this get me every time. I just really enjoy walking through them, and yeah, I love it. How many years did you live in this house?
From when the children were about 10 years.
Wow, so this was Anne's first house in Sandwich. That's so cool.
It was just.
And it's just where the yellow walls are, like this is where it...
Yeah, I think I painted them yellow. They used to be like I painted them yellow. They look like
Wow, is it long inside? Like...
yeah, long and thin.
Okay.
It's just a room and a room above, and then another room and a room above, all the same size. A wooden semi-spiral staircase.
Wow.
And then upstairs, another room and another bathroom.
That's so interesting.
Really has another very aptly named street.
Short Street. Very cool. And this is the path through the church that you take to get back to the house. And there's a graveyard in there. And again, this was built a very long time ago, but I decided to continue on my own little adventure. Since it wasn't raining, I really wanted to take in the sights and, you know, see it all when things were a little more clear and I could really take in that beauty and the ambiance. 4 p.m. and it's already getting dark outside. It is hard to believe because now it feels so much later. But I'm actually going to a local pub that dates back to the 1400s to meet my friend Michael, and I'm super excited about this one. I really love the feel of a good English pub, and what I loved even more was these old beer taps that you literally have to pump to fill the beer glass. So I went behind the bar to get a better look and, you know, also feel what it was like to be a bartender in rural England for a moment, which brings back lots of memories because I bartended for many years. I don't think I've ever in my life been to a pub that dates back to the 1400s, so this is a first for me. But we're in the back part of the restaurant right now, and I'm here with my amazing friend Michael. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very good. Yeah, good. Good to be here.
It is nice.
Good to have you here after all this time.
I know, after all these years.
Yeah.
Like
14 years.
14. I said to you guys earlier, I met Michael 14 years ago in Tanzania. That was when I was crossing Africa with my massage table, and he was running a lodge in Zanzibar, the island off Tanzania, and we've known each other since then, which is so cool.
We've known each other, but we haven't seen each other.
That's true, yeah. We've known each other, but yeah, we have not seen each other in person in 14 years.
You've been all over the world, and I've been since 2010 back here.
Back here. It's so okay. This is very interesting fact. Michael was born in the area. Sandwich itself is a town of about 5,000 with the whole surrounding area. But Michael was born in a village of about 500 people, and he took me for a drive-through there this afternoon. It was so cool, very unique. What was the name of that village again?
The village is called Nonnington.
Nollington?
Nonnington.
Oh, Nonnington.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a small village where I was born in the 1960s. It was a very difficult place to get out of, but it does have a very nice church, 2 mansions, and a wonderful cricket field, which is where I learned all about playing cricket. And I was 4.
And you also said that's the first place you had a pint.
And the first place I had a pint at the age of 17, or
Just 17?
18, and in the local pub, yes, that's how I did. With my father, he said it was time to have a pint now.
That's amazing. I love it. You know, to me this is so interesting because I've never been, like I said, to rural England. So to experience this lifestyle, it's even more interesting than I imagined. I imagined it was going to be interesting, but seeing it in person, yeah, it's even cooler. So I'm very happy to be here reuniting with Michael, having a pint in an English pub.
A local.
Yes.
My local. 148 metres from where I live.
It's perfect, like staggering distance.
Yeah.
I love it.
Through the churchyard.
Yeah, exactly. The next day, I decided to take myself for a coffee, and I do love that this one has this walk-up takeout window. So I found this really unique little coffee shop called Goats That Dance. There's actually a lot of interesting little coffee shops for such a small town. But another cool fact is that I met Harry. Harry works here at the coffee shop. Hi, Harry.
Hello.
An interesting fact about Harry is he was born here in Sandwich. So his whole life has been in Sandwich. And I just think that's so cool. What's it been like growing up in Sandwich? What's your favorite part about it?
Favourite part? Well, I'm in University of Nottingham. I think when I moved away, the thing I missed the most was living surrounded just by fields and fresh air. I guess. Like being able to just go for a walk wherever I want to.
And do you like that it's so historical?
I don't really notice it, to be honest.
Like
I've been seeing
normal
my
for
whole
you?
life, yeah. But it's definitely, I've never seen a place older than Sandwich, that's for sure.
That's so true. I've never seen a place older than Sandwich. And tell us, how did you get the name? How did this place get the name Goats That Dance?
Basically, the guy who founded the place, a true story that goats discovered coffee in Ethiopia. The shepherds noticed that when the goats ate the coffee plant, they got lots of energy, and so that's how it got the name, because it looked like they were dancing.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much.
That's alright.
The decor was definitely Beatles era and hippie era, and I totally loved it. I mean, you can't be in England and not go into a place with this kind of theme. I feel like it's just fitting, right? And again, I got a cappuccino. It was frothy, creamy, and of course, super delicious. Alright, this is your real traditional English fish and chip shop, and I'm with my new friend Reina. How's it going?
Yeah, right.
So I met Reina in the coffee shop.
Wow, you're an inspiration! This is what I want to do!
I love it. The part is, I met Reina in the coffee shop, and we ended up chatting for like an hour.
Yeah, about boyfriends and stuff.
telling each other our life stories. And now, yeah, she's coming for a little walk with me, and she's gonna drive me to the train station. So, and she actually lives in Dover. And Dover, how far is Dover from here?
Yeah, it's about a 15-minute drive.
Wow, and how big is it?
Oh, I don't know.
How many people live there?
Oh, I don't know. You don't know how many people live in your town? Well, I live in a village just outside of Dover.
Oh, okay.
Called River.
Wow,
You've got a little river through
so
River.
Funny. So now there's like a place called River, there's Sandwich, there's Ham. These are such interesting names.
There is actually there.
So you live in River with
Yes.
your little river.
Little river.
That's awesome. One thing to note, the driving wheel is on the opposite side of the road than I'm used to, opposite side of the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we drive on the opposite side of the road than we do in Canada. Here's an interesting fact. There's a town nearby called Ham, and I think it's hilarious that we're literally in Sandwich and Ham is right next door, so we got ham sandwich in the area. So that was actually very, very funny little tidbit of information that I learned. Also, because this town is like a heritage site, people are not allowed to change their houses or their windows. Everything has to remain the same. So everyone, if they want to change anything, has to be in line with how they want to preserve the town. So Sandwich needs to stay this way, but I really love that because I just visited a medieval town that I didn't even know I needed to see. I didn't even know a real medieval town exists still. So this has been so amazing, and I definitely want to come back and explore it a little deeper because I feel like I just scratched the surface. If you are looking for a unique place to visit in rural England that, you know, is full of history and a place that you're not going to soon forget, then put Sandwich, Kent on your bucket list. I definitely want to come back and explore some more. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.